All right, they want to ban another word. This time it's bossy. This is dumb news. Okay, this is going to be rich. The COO, or the Chief Operating Officer for Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg, has started a new movement. It's a campaign to ban the word bossy. Yeah, she said that girls are inhibited. They're unable to become leaders. And why? Because they don't want to be called bossy. That's why, huh? It's a word in the schoolyard that people use from time to time, and that word damages women's or little girls' self-esteem. It holds them back from being who they want to be. You know, Miss Sandberg, I understand you want to get a little mileage off this. This is something you think you're doing a good thing. You think you're helping girls because you want them to be more leaders. You know what? The word bossy has nothing to do with it. It's not the word bossy, it's the way that people act. You want to ban the word bossy. How about banning being a pain in the ass? How about banning thinking that you run everything, that you can tell men what to do? From the Nazis? How about that part? How about we get together and form Voltron on that shit? But no, we don't want to do that. And Beyonce, how about we ban twerking? Let's ban that shit. Oh, but no, that'll be too effective. That's too effective. That makes too much sense. No, let's ban this word that little boys and girls use. You know what? Boys don't get called bossy. You know what they get called? Dicks. Assholes. And then they get their asses kicked. That doesn't happen to girls so much, does it? You act like, there's a gender war going on. There's no gender war going on. Men and women are built different. Boys and girls are built different. But the issue that I have is that it seems like there's no problem with all the good things that come from being women. You want to keep those and you want to get rid of the things you don't like so much. When it's a package fucking deal. See, a guy can be the leader if he asserts himself, but he has to prove every step of the fucking way that he should be that guy. And if he screws up, if he gets it wrong, there's hell to pay. There's hell to pay being the person in front. Do you think it's possible that girls don't like being judged as much as boys? They probably don't. I think the two are interrelated. No one likes being judged. That's why a lot of boys don't end up leaders. You know what? The definition of being a leader is having people behind you. So if there were just as many people in front as in back, then there'd be no one to lead. It's not a quality that's for everyone. Everyone doesn't want to get out and be assertive. That's not gender-based. That's people-based. Some people just want to pick up their check, go to fuck home. Some people want to change the world by doing some cause, but they don't have to lead the cause. They just want to be a part of something that matters, that gives their life value. And that's not because of their male or female. It's just their genetics. It's what they like. And for you to somehow suggest that unless someone's out trying to lead a company or lead a movement or lead, that makes them less of a boss in their own fucking life. Maybe they don't need to control other people. Maybe that's it. Maybe they don't want to be that person in charge because, like I said, with that comes scrutiny. With that comes judgment. People start defining you. People start holding you to a higher standard. People start looking through your shit. Not everybody's built for that. Not everybody wants that. I know I've called women bossy before. Also called them bitches. But you know what it was? It wasn't the fact that they were the leader or that they were in front. It was that they wanted to be a leader but had no authority. They had no authority, no track record, no authority, but want to show up one day and tell you what the fuck to do. Those people suck. Now, if you want me to call them something besides bossy, okay, fine. I can call them assholes or call them dickheads. Fine with me. If you just want to get rid of that word, how about we get rid of the behavior? I'm tired of that. I've always hated that. That person who shows up on Tuesday and wants to be fucking supervisor and has done nothing to earn the right. You show up on Wednesday and want to be manager. You show up on Friday, you want to run the business. Who the hell are you? People with nothing who want to tell you what you need to do in order for you to be successful when they have achieved nothing. Zero. But your message is all wrong, or what you're doing is all wrong. What have you done? Nothing. Well, why are you bossing me around then? You bossy bitch. So let's really talk about it. Let's really get it out. You know what I hate? I hate the assertive woman, the aggressive woman, who, when the moment you call her out on her bullshit, the moment you point out her wrong shit, she wants to regress back into being, I'm just a lady and you're the mean man beating up on me. Fuck that. If you want to be out there and put yourself out there, be prepared for some criticism. Be prepared for it like men have to prepare for it. Because you know what? A lot of guys who wanted to lead, a lot of guys who want to jump out front, they get their asses kicked. Literally. There were guys that I led when I didn't choose to be a leader, but I ended up in that position, and who they want to punch first? Me. Because I was out front. So you get punched for it. You get kicked for it. Maybe girls don't like that shit. Maybe they don't want to get beat up mentally. We got beat up physically. And you know what? I don't think there's a problem with it so much in the black community, because there are a lot of bossy black women. But you know what I'd like more of? Smart women. Smart beats bossy. Smart beats boss. Smart beats leader. Because the smartest person ends up being a leader any fucking way. But they're smart enough to use the other dummies to do for them what they don't want to do, which is the fucking grunt work. So that's a smart person. In fact, a lot of people become leaders or become the boss. Beyonce says she's not bossy, she's the boss. A lot of people become bosses by what? Being successful. But they're better at it. You know why? Because their goal wasn't to be the boss of people. Their goal was to be successful at whatever they were doing. And they got criticized for it, and they kept going. And people called them names, and they kept going. And people picked their noses at them, and it gave them the fucking finger, and they kept going, and they kept getting better. And they got knocked down, they got back up. And then one day, they stood up, they looked around, and they said, damn, I've accomplished something. I'm a boss. Those are the best bosses, not people who choose to be bosses just to be bosses. You're assertive, but you're ineffective. You're aggressive, but you haven't accomplished anything. And that shit needs to change for America, for everyone, for every group, every society, every location, every neighborhood, every fucking family. There's nothing wrong with people who want to avoid confrontation. No problem with it. But the people that do stand up, such as me making this video, it's a small thing, but I'm going to take criticism for it. I know this. But a lot of people won't say what needs to be said because they don't want to take criticism. Is something wrong with them? Is it because someone called them bossy? Or is it that it's just easier to fall back and not have to deal with shit? And once you know something, you know, the fact that you know it, you don't feel like you need to express it. So there's nothing wrong with that. It takes all kinds. It takes me doing a video and people wanting to watch that video for this shit to work. Now, if everybody did videos, who the fuck would watch them? Though, I know some of these guys out there who consider themselves bosses. They watch me. They don't tell me because strong people sometimes can't ask for help. Don't want to ask for help. They watch and they add to their arsenal. And that's how it works. But that's another thing. One of the problems that I see in my community is too many sisters want to be bosses. Check this out. Double standard number one. And this is a big one. And I think this applies to all communities. But since I know my community so well, because I happen to have been black for a long time, I can tell you this. A woman with 4 kids and single is not considered a loser, though she should be. Now, the 4 guys who got her pregnant, just 1 child apiece, for some reason they're all considered losers. She's considered strong or a boss. How's that shit right? It's not right, is it? It's the dumbing down theory. It's the stupidity theory. It's the hypocrisy of our fucking democracy. And this feminazi bullshit has to stop. But you will empower that woman to make her be unrealistic in believing that she has actually done something of value when all she did was have a baby. Even roaches have babies. What's strong about having a baby? What's strong about being on a system? Or what's strong about taking child support? What's strong about fucking 4 different dudes? Nothing. It's stupid. But we don't call it stupid. We call it strong. We call it leadership to lead those 4 kids, those 4 bastard kids with 4 different daddies. You know what part of the problem is? People have this false idea of what being a boss is. They think that being a boss is just like this thing they sell in the movies, where everybody puts you on their shoulders and carries you like you're the coach. That's really not what happens. And if it does happen, it happens a long way down the road. In the beginning, no. It's just you doing all your marketing, doing all your promotion, doing all your managing. Everything. All you. One day you look up and you've done something. And then you look around and you realize, you know what? I got a lot of people counting on me for their livelihood. Damn it, we don't need the wrong people doing that. Because there are other people who are dependent on you to make right decisions. On you. Do we just want anybody doing that? That's what's wrong now. We got too many people who shouldn't be leading. I say less leaders, better leaders. We need better leaders. Not more leaders. We need better leaders. And just telling women that they should lead arbitrarily, that to me doesn't make sense. I don't think all men should lead. I don't think all women should lead. I think the best should lead. And you know what? Natural selection works in this shit. Because the people that quit, the people who bellyache, the people that cry wolf are the people who fail. And they end up working for someone else. And that's a good thing. Because we don't need them to be bosses or leaders. We need them to be a part of the team and play their role. And that's fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with picking up your check and going the fuck home. There's nothing wrong with doing your part and giving an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. But not everybody needs to be the boss. And some people just want to do it just to do it. So look, if somebody wants to be a leader, good for you. Be a leader because you have leadership qualities, because you actually led, because part of being a leader is people buying in to you leading by them choosing you because you demonstrated abilities to lead. But the people that want to lead just to lead are the worst leaders and the worst bosses. And those people are bossy. And if you don't like the word bossy, let's just call them dicks or cunts.